Okay, guys, so we're finally ready to move on to the pattern stage. Everyone today is going to get a Romero Brito pattern. And what you're going to do is you're going to add patterns onto your background. You can also add them onto the face. You don't have to, but you could if you wanted to. I think he looks really, really good if you add patterns on the face towards the end of the project. You're going to take a marker, use your black marker to start adding your patterns. This is going to be the best part of your project, but the hardest thing to do because you are going to think, I'm gonna mess it up, but you're not. It's gonna look really cool. And you gotta keep telling yourself that because you're gonna forget. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you back your project. It looks like this. All right, the original copy of your drawing I have taken off. It's over here. So you should just have a white piece of paper on the back. You're gonna take any of these cool patterns and add them. So I'm gonna take bars on deck. I like bars on deck and I'm going to add them onto my project. Now you guys could use a ruler. I don't really have to use the ruler, but I'm gonna pick one section and I'm gonna add bars on deck. This is just a funny name I gave to it so we can identify which ones we're talking about. All right, so there's bars on deck. So I'm starting off with the background first before I go into my actual, picture. The other thing is that we're using Mr. O's. I totally forgot to mention that. Mr. O did a really nice job, and I thought it'd be really cool to add his patterns first. Now the background over here looks like I can add something, so why don't I go ahead and do, let's do floating lines. Really simple. So I'm just doing it all around the back. See, I'm not touching LeBron's face. And then I'm adding the dots. If you start smudging, it's okay. Polka dots. These can be really big or really small. They don't all have to be the same size. Kind of looks like O's for Mr. O's. Maybe I want to do pi is math. I saw this one, it looks like pi, the symbol for math. This is actually Romero Brito's pattern, so I'm going to use that. Maybe he likes math. And he adds a couple of curvy lines here and there. And you add your dots. That's it. Let's go on to this part over here. Now if you do too many lines here, you're gonna lose his shoulder. Don't lose LeBron's shoulder. Because if you add, for example, bars on deck, what's gonna happen? Too many lines and you're gonna mess up your project. We don't want that. So what I would do for this one is I would just skip it. I think that if I add any lines in here, I'm gonna lose his shoulder. So I wouldn't do that. But maybe I wanna take a risk and now I wanted to add maybe some of the curves on curves. You see I'm not touching his shoulder? I'm not touching his shoulder. That's it. And that's all I'm gonna add. And on the bottom, I left it blank. Now you could leave his face like that, okay? But if you look at Romero's pictures, they're all full of color. So the second part of this project is doing color.